You know what?
What's up?
I had a fox that was hanging around my house.
Yeah?
No, I don't mean Danielle. I had a red fox that was bounding through my yard, and it's the first one that I ever saw. I never saw, like, what was it, a couple years ago? It was the first time I had a deer in my yard. This time, there was a red fox, bushy tail,
Yeah, I know red fox. Nice. I know about the dummy.
Yeah.
I know about it, you dummy.
Not that
No,
red
not
fox
that red fox. So not Danielle, not the comedian.
Right.
We're talking about the real thing.
The real thing. The real like miniature dog.
Okay. All right.
So like, all right. So, like I'm looking, I was like, all right, this is definitely topic for radio. And it's because I'm thinking to myself, all right, if like I have two cats, they're indoor cats for the Gloucester County, adoption Nazis. I don't let my cat out, okay? Like the thing I had to sign. It's an indoor cat. And they still have their claws. Anyway, that's another topic. That's another show. That's another show.
What was it, Alton? That's your guy, man. All right, that is another show.
Anyway, So the fox is there. And I'm wondering, all right, so, what do fox eat? Fox eat rodents. And that they eat mice.
Good.
Maybe they eat squirrels. Get my squirrels. Catch them. They've got a big magnolia bud in their mouth.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry, I don't like squirrels. They do a lot of damage.
Too much.
Just say.
Yeah.
And then they think they're funny because you can't catch them.
Like mayhem.
Yeah, like me. Right. So, all right. So what's the deal? That people around us have had coyotes. Your neighbors probably have.
I mean, I got coyote.
You have coyotes?
Yeah.
And where they will attack like small dogs, like a little Shih Tzu or something like that they'll go after them.
Right.
But a fox won't. A fox won't. So it's afraid of dogs, afraid of humans.
Right.
Don't forget it. Like if you're out there, they're gone. But what happens if it doesn't look like it's your? Do you go up and pet it? Like if it doesn't? No, because then it probably has rabies.
Yeah.
Anytime like a wild animal that it allows you to approach it, it's not like from a Disney movie. It's because it probably has rabies or it's sick or there's something wrong with it. So you want to just call animal control, let them deal with it because they're the professionals.
That would be the most thing that would worry me. Would be the diseases.
Look, Dad, look what I found out in the backyard.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. Sorry.
Yeah.
It would be Deuce. I don't think it would be Ava. It would be Deuce.
Here, can we keep it?
Yeah, right.
Well, they're cute,
Sure. But they are not pets.
No.
Right?
No. Did you hear about the
Yes.
The squirrel?
Yes.
The squirrel. Even though I hate squirrels.
Yeah.
Even though I hate squirrels, it was on the news that they killed that person's squirrel.
And he had him for like 7 years or something like that. Like,
it could do tricks. It could do all this other stuff.
They had a picture of him on his shoulder with a sign and everything.
And like all of a sudden,
it's terrible.
The deep state came and grabbed it out of his house.
At that point, though, that's a pet. Right? Like at that point, once he's gotten to that point, he's a pet. But foxes though.
And the story is that the mother was dead of the squirrel and that they raised it from a little baby.
Sure.
So they domesticated it.
But that's another one of those things where the animal control police or whoever called
somebody in somebody else's business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't disturbing the peace at all.
All right. That's the show in the other studio. They'll let them talk about that kind of stuff. But so what else? That the foxes, they are carrying ticks. They're carrying they definitely are going to have fleas on them for sure. And that they've got some disease. So just stay clear. Mm-hmm. If they become a problem. Now, we used to sell a lot of this. Now, this is going to sound interesting. We used to sell a lot of coyote urine. Now, it came from Milwaukee.
How did
and
they
all
collect?
I picture are these guys drunk one night, and peeing in bottles, and then selling it and laughing all the way. Coyote urine, right?
How
Milwaukee.
How do they package it? Like, how do they?
Oh, it's in a bottle. It's in a bottle.
How do they keep the coyote still? Like, like what?
I know nothing other than it was like $12.99.
Okay,
and it pissed me off.
Literally,
yeah, that's a
literally.
joke.
We're here all night, folks.
Yeah, that's horticultural humor. Anyway, but what it did is that the scent, like it's like dogs.
Absolutely.
I walked my daughter's dog, who is a beautiful male 2-year-old yellow lab that weighs about 120 pounds, and he took me for a walk through the park.
Literally.
And it was a big park. It was a state park, and every 2 feet, one side smelling that side, smelling this side, smelling that side, smelling this side. Like, he was dry by the time we got about 50 feet in, but it is to mark territory, and it's to warn other predators or other, let's just say, like, for instance, the coyote urine, because we talk about coyotes being more aggressive, where if the coyotes scare the foxes, and by using that, and it's not that you you mark their trail or you mark a perimeter, it's that you actually go to their den and you mark their den. So, and no, I'm sorry, you can't do a Homer Simpson and go out and pee on the ground. It has to be from something that they associate with as something that's going to eat them. We talk about woodchucks and such on the show all the time, that foxes will take the dens of woodchucks. So, just saying, and that's where you're supposed to mark their den so that they go somewhere else. And a lot of times with repellents, that's all we're trying to do is get them to go to your neighbor's house. Let them be somebody else's problem. Now, want to know the real reason?
What's the real reason?
That I think we had a fox in my yard.
Why?
Because that Glassboro fire.
Oh.
We had Glassboro has a wildlife management area that's a few hundred acres.
It's like a preserve.
Yeah, and it caught on fire. And I think the animals took off, and they were trying to figure out where to go. And it's probably about 3 or 4 miles from my house. But still, I think that scared them out, and that they were looking for places to go. And I think that's why I saw the fox. Now, you had a big fire.
Yeah, we had about 1.5 miles away from us.
Yeah, that's
and
scary.
It is what it is, but we definitely did see more animals, but I'm not sure if this was as a result of that, because the trend has been over the last 2 or 3 months, more deer, more raccoons,
it's their time.
right? So,
it's the rut.
Right. Now, since it's been under and contained, I haven't seen anything.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure they're floating around. If not, they're across the street at the farm. My neighbor's farm with the chickens.
Well, that's it.
Right.
And fox, I mean, what they, I guess it's a, what is it? A Bugs Bunny cartoon. I mean, the fox are always trying to get in the hen house.
Absolutely.
So any type of, really, I mean, fox's preferred is poultry. Plus, like I said, they're helping us out if they're actually eating mice and such. And squirrels.
Right. Len really doesn't like squirrels.
I don't like squirrels. And you know why? I've talked about it. When you pay $300, $400, $500 for a pallet of corn gluten, and the squirrel decides to tunnel in and rip every single bag on the way through, and leaves the outside, and when you open it up, every single bag is ruined. Yeah.
PTSD.
I hate squirrels.
PTSD. Look, you may need to go talk to a therapist about that.
I might. I'll go. And he'll be hating squirrels by the time I'm done.
For sure.
Anyway, but if you see squirrels, here we go. See? Now I'm fixated on squirrels.
Foxes.
If you see a fox, you need to you'll scare it away, but it'll come back. If it keeps coming back, you're going to have to take some preventative measures by using repellents. And I'm not kidding. Coyote urine. There's actually other brands too. other animal urine brands that work as a repellent, and it does work. I think some of the other repellents are better, that have, like, say, are used with eggs and garlic and some of those other ones that it smells a little better too. And that again, it's something, they're not pets, so they're not pets. Again, I don't know. I'll let you know if I see another one coming through my yard, because it was the first time ever. Ever. And I didn't even ask you, have you seen, you live on the edge of...
Yeah, I haven't seen any foxes.
Yeah?
Not lately. When we first moved, but no, I haven't. But we got everything else, so...
They're coming.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. If you've got any questions about animals that you see in your yard that you want to repel, you know what to do. Call the hotline. That number is 609-685-1880. Leave a message and your question and where you're calling from. And you know what? Where you're listening. I love hearing that. We don't get that enough.
No.
We have to guess.
Absolutely.